Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the BWaters Sports Show. I'm your host, Brian Waters. And on today's show, I have a very special guest. And this is my cousin, Clifford Waters. Now, as you know, this Sunday, actually this Saturday, NFL playoffs begin. But this Sunday, the Baltimore Ravens will be taking that trip to good old Kansas City, Missouri, to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, you guys know how I feel. I said people been talking bad about the offense, saying we're not going to do anything, said Joe Flacco needs to go, said John Harbaugh needs to go. And I'm sitting there listening to these radio stations, and I'm listening to these uninformed fans. And it's just driving me crazy because this team has scored 36 touchdowns all season. When we won the Super Bowl, we only scored 29 touchdowns. I'm like, calm yourselves. If we go out there, granted, the defense isn't as good as it was before, but it's not a bad defense. It's still a defense people don't want to see. And you know what? The people know, the little BWaters sports fans know about my opinion, but let's give them the CWaters opinion. Tell them what you think.
I'm worried.
You worried?
I'm worried. And I'll tell you why I'm worried. I have a couple good reasons why I'm worried. Getting back to the year that we won the Super Bowl, what people fail to realize is that we won that Super Bowl as a wild card team.
Like we're going into this Sunday.
But our defense got us to the Super Bowl. Our defense brought the Vince Lombardi trophy back to us. I'm happy with the offense. I wish they would give the ball more to Anquan Bolden and TJ because they're experienced. I know Ray Rice is going to do his thing on Kansas City's defense, because Kansas City's defense just got ran over by Oakland.
Michael Bush.
Oakland just
made him look like Darren McFadden.
Tore him a new butthole. But so I know Ray Rice is going to get over it. I know he's going to get his carries.
Right.
Ray Rice will get his carries. But I'm just worried about the defense getting into the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Will they be tired? Can our offense? If our offense does, long drives, 10 plays or more, I think our defense will be all right. Hopefully Ed Reed will be healthy because I need Ed Reed to be back there. I'm worried, but I still see us beating Kansas City in Kansas City. But then, we got to roll into Pittsburgh and play the Steelers.
Hopefully.
Now,
because you got to remember, let's look at this playoff scenario. If the Colts beat the Jets, we go to New England. But if the Jets beat the Colts,
we go to Pittsburgh.
Well,
here's my thing. The Ravens have proved that we can go into Heinz Field and beat the Steelers. We proved that we can go into Gillette Stadium and beat New England.
Right.
It's just a matter of what Ravens team are you going to get? What Ravens team is going to show up? I do not want to see that Ravens team that played the Texans.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm so sick and tired of hearing people say, when we went to Heinz Field, we didn't beat Ben Roethlisberger. Because going into that game, the Steelers were undefeated,
Yeah.
And we still had a dogfight, but it was a smart play by T.J. Houshmandzadeh, who was supposed to run a post route, saw the mishap in the defense, kept straight, and it was Joe Flacco who read it and went right to Houshmandzadeh for the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't have Ed Reed.
Yeah.
So had we had Ed Reed, they might not have scored as much as they scored.
Yeah, but then conversation can be made that when they came to Baltimore, they had Ben Roethlisberger and they had the Troy Polamalu's and whatever. I think that if we have to go up in Heinz Field and play them, that's not going to happen again. I don't see Troy Polamalu jumping over anybody to get to Joe Flacco anymore. It just got lucky, or we would have won the North.
Especially when it happened. The same play happened a week later with the dude from the Texans when he got the Flacco. The same exact play. So after that, they was like, okay, we need to guard that left side, pick up on that safety blitz. And I just feel like I feel like we can't look too far ahead into the future because Matt Castle is a good quarterback.
Well, here's the thing that bothers me about our offense. Cincinnati has proven that when you have 4 in the box, he can't take that pressure. And have 3 in the box, he's comfortable all day long. But 4 in the box, he can't handle that pressure. Another thing is, it seems like Joe Flacco sometimes cannot pick up on the blitz,
right?
The delayed blitzes and the things like that. He don't know how to read that route.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say he makes poor decisions, but it's like it's happening too fast.
Yeah.
And he don't make the right decisions. So hopefully the offensive line are able to protect him. I'm not worried about him throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about that. But if he can see an Anquan Bolden or TJ or Derek Mason or hopefully Taheep, he'll be ready to go. The Ray Rices, I think they need to play that Raven football that took us to the championship. Run the ball, have defense, throw it every once in a while to make that defensive coordinator think, okay, when's the next one going to come be? Mm-hmm. You let Ray Rice do his thing. You keep the defense off the field. I think they can do well. I do see them beating Kansas City. Hopefully, I would rather see the Patriots than the Steelers.
For real?
Because we went up there last year. We beat
It's
them.
just like the Patriots. The only thing I don't like is the fact that they don't have to play nobody before, so they're gonna be well rested. And Belichick, nobody knows how to prepare better for a first round bye than Bill Belichick. You know.
Yeah, but that could be detrimental to you too.
But when has it never been? I in recent memory, I can't think of the Patriots ever having that first round bye.
No, I'm not saying that, but yeah.
I mean, it was detrimental to us in 2007 when we had Steve McNair, but
yeah. So with that advantage of playing and having to play and having to go through those practices, that could work to our advantage.
Yeah.
But it's a well-known fact that we don't like New England. New England don't like us. So, but we need to focus on Sunday. Kansas City. I think we're gonna beat Kansas City. I see us beating them. It's gonna be a low-scoring game. I don't think it's gonna be very high, but I think that we'll wind up.
Well, I think we got the ability to put 20 points on the board. I think we're gonna stop their run and their run defense. I think Ray Rice is gonna have a 150-yard game, and you might see Flacco throw for 2 touchdowns. I like to see them put about 400 yards of offense. Shout out to my mother. She's graduating this Sunday, so I'm not going to be able to watch the game, but
I will though.
I'm very happy, proud of her. So,
and you forget to talk about too. Kansas City, they ain't no slouches. They got an offense too.
And exactly, and Dwayne Bowery, that matchup kind of.
If it gets into a shootout, Kansas City's going to win.
I can't say that because
I think so because we don't have very good corners. Josh Wilson is coming on, but
But Reed,
I don't know.
On the double team, Reed's a much better. He's better back there than Landry, because Landry can't cover in my opinion. So
I don't know. I mean, who's gonna what's that guy? Bowie?
Dwayne Bowe.
Yeah. Who's gonna stick him?
You have a point. So
they're gonna put Ladarius Webb on him.
You got a point there. So that, like I said,
with Ed Reed over the top.
But then again, who's gonna stop Bolden, Hushmazada, and Mason? You gotta pick your poison with them.
True.
And because you got to understand, these guys gonna be coming out at a high level because for your Ed Reeds, for your Kelly Greggs, for your Ray Lewises, well, not Ray Lewis so much, but for your Derek Masons, for them, it's like they don't have rings, and it's almost a now or never thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to believe these guys are going to be playing harder and more intense.
That's what you hope to see.
And
that's what you hope to see.
And they said on Sports Illustrated, I think, said it's the worst 12-4 team is the Ravens. You got to understand this is going through their head. Derek Mason had already called out Trent Dilfer, and he called out one of the Baltimore Sun sports writers and said, well, I challenge you guys to come up with an offense that we can run. So you got to understand these guys are going to be playing with a chip on their shoulders, and I just feel like these guys are going to turn it up.
Well, to say they're the worst 12-4 team, I don't believe that. I think we played a lot better than the Jets did, especially coming down the stretch, because we beat the champs, the Saints,
Mm-hmm. And you know what? the fact is, this team last year were losing them close games. Them 1, 2, 3-point games, 4-point games. This Ravens team last year were losing those games. That's why we were 9-7. This year, regardless of how we've been getting it done, we've been winning those games.
But like I said, you know, when you get in the playoffs, it's not about being 12-4.
Exactly.
Everybody's 0-0. So I think they're gonna go very far. I'm still picking my Super Bowl. I really do believe that Baltimore will be in the Super Bowl.
Me too. I've said
Baltimore will be in the Super Bowl.
Since the middle of the season. I said Ravens and Eagles, and I'm not pulling back off of that one. You know,
it'd be interesting to see. But as far I got us beating Kansas City. I'm gonna say something like 28-10, something like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think the matchup's gonna be. I'm gonna give you kind of like an outline of the way I see everything playing out. I think what it's gonna come down to, the AFC Championship game, I think it's gonna come down between us and the Jets. I got the Jets beating the Colts, and then I got the Jets upsetting New England because they was mad about what happened the last time. And then I think it's gonna be AFC Championship right down in M&T Bank Stadium. Ravens, Jets, with Rex Ryan coming in and leaving with mud on and a lot of crab soup on his face, and the Ravens going to hit the Dallas. It's going to be rough and tough, but you know what? We had a lot of games where we're going, whoo! And if it takes to go into Dallas, going, whoo! Well, we barely beat the Jets, or barely beat the Colts, or barely beat the Steelers or Patriots, but we beat them. And now we're going to the Super Bowl, I can take it.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm a Ravens fan through and through, so I'll be pulling for them, and it starts Sunday with Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the BWaters Sports Show. I'm your host, Brian Waters, sidelined by my co-host, Clifford Waters, who's got some business to take care of. As he would say, gotta go pay some bills.